Sup dickheads, Gobbo's back for his 50th BPRL F1 start. So gonna go straight into qualifying here as we're braking on the out lap, of course. So we've been looking after our tyres, having a bit of fuel. We're gonna cross the line to get a really nice exit out of the Casio triangles. We're gonna power across the line in 6th gear. DRS is open, and just gonna kind of wait, twiddle our thumbs as we go towards turn 1. I'm going to try and brake it and turn in at a 50-metre ball, but we've gone in a bit too early and just about kept it on track. So we're going to go down to 3rd gear. We're going to get a nice exit out of the corner. We're going to go 5th gear, and then we're going to slam every single one of these fuckers in 4th gear. So we're going to go 4th gear again, and then you guessed it, 4th gear again through this S. Now we're going to get a medium entry. Should have been a bit wider going into Dunlop, but we've managed to get on the power nice and early as we're coming up to the Degners here. I felt I was pretty good at them. Slam it down to 5th, back up to 6th, use the curb on the exit, down to 3rd, get on the curb nicely and again on the exit. And we're actually, I think we were purple in that sector. I didn't check, but as you can see, we're going to go very wide at the hairpin there. Usually you don't have to stick on the racing line, you can go slightly wide and still get a decent exit, but I think I maybe lost just a tenth there. So we're going to come up towards Spoon now. Enter in 8th gear, brake just before the 50-metre board, down to 4th gear on the apex, up to 5th, then back down to 3rd to get some decent turn in. We're going to juggle the throttle up to 4th and 5th gear now with full power down towards 130R. I think I wasn't really looking at the delta during the lap, I was just trying to concentrate as we passed Sam's car. As you can see, I'm actually 63 thousandths of a second up on his quickest time, which turned out to be pole. So now we're braking down again into the chicane. We clip the first apex nicely and the second apex, so we're going to drive to the line. It didn't feel like a very quick lap, but now we're coming up to the line and we're going to set a 134.212, which was really fucking close to pole. I didn't expect it, so I was thinking about going for another lap because I thought I could go quicker, but I didn't really want to put the extra lap of wear like on the in lap on these tyres, so I thought fuck it, I'll retire, see what happens in the race. So now we're on the grid. As you can see, I couldn't be bothered to do the formation lap, so I think I got someone to crash into me. I don't really remember, but yeah, went on the grid for a long time to form up. As you can see, I'm using my Sweaty Goblin 42 account because it was my 50th race, so I thought I'd go back to my roots a little bit. So we've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's WAG 1 and away we dank. And as you can see, we've got a pretty similar start to Sam, but I couldn't be bothered to go up his inside into turn 1, just didn't want to go side by side. So we're going to just hold it, take a nice inside line, clip both apexes, and we're just going to hold 2nd place with Connor behind us. So just going to make it way up through the S's. I think we're going to stick with the whole of lap 1, so there might be a bit of just silence with me. Like I'm on the toilet right now and I've just had an energy drink, so if like you hear a load of like shit splattering against the toilet, I'm sorry about that, but it's me, so what do you expect? So yeah, pretty steady lap 1. Sam's already built a little bit of a gap to us, but we are going to close the gap up slightly as the lap goes on. I look behind me and I see a whole gang of cars. I see Connor and Sinan and Sabana. I'm thinking, alright, it's going to be a pretty decent race. They're some of the quick guys, and I've shown a lot of flashes of speed this season where I've easily been quicker than them. But especially with Connor and Sinan using traction control, or at least on medium, it's going to be very difficult to stay away from them for the whole race. But I've caught up to Sam slightly and he's got a pretty poor exit out Spoon, but I haven't had the best one. Connor's probably got on the power very early and he's going to try to go around my outside towards 130R, but I don't think it's going to work. He's going to back out of that one pretty early, so we're just going to go single file through there. And I've hit the brakes slightly later than I would have wanted into the chicane, so I've gone a bit deep and I've had to jump across the curb, and I've got a very crappy exit, and Connor, using his medium traction control, is going to get a very nice exit. And this was the beginning of the end for my race. I let Connor go up my inside, which is a very poor move, and as you can see, I've slid wide because I was trying not to hit him and I just made a stupid mistake. So now he's going to go up my inside. I'm going to briefly take 3rd place back, but he's going to take it and push me slightly out wide, but that's alright, I guess, and Saban's going to get through. So 2nd place to 5th place, I'm thinking, yeah, it's a typical thief bottle job. But yeah, so as you can see, we're still following them going up through Dunlop towards Degner 1, and this part of this, you're going to see something happen now. There we go. So I've span round. I felt that Saban, maybe it was because Sinan braked really early in front of him, but I thought he braked way too early for Degner too. And then he's cut the corner as well. So like, I don't know why he just didn't brake at the normal point and take the corner normally. But I've lost many positions, and I've cut the hairpin there stupidly. But yeah, unfortunately for Callum Smith, I think he was the car directly behind me when I was spinning, and he didn't, like, my car for some reason didn't ghost, and I've lost, so he lost part of his front wing or something and had to pit, I don't know. So I lost positions to him and Matteo and Josh Bond. But as you can see here, Josh Bond's had a very shite exit out of the Dunlop he's got on the gravel, so I've come right up behind him, but I'm going to take it a lot more cautiously through the two Degners behind Sawn this time. And I am right up Josh Bond's chuff, but I can't get through. Something I've noticed this season, Josh seems to struggle a bit on the prime tyres, so the hardest. I was stuck behind him a little bit at Spa as well, but he's got really decent consistency, so I thought I'm going to have to try and get past him and not make any mistakes, because he's going to hold it in a decent position for a long time. So yeah, we're out of spoon towards 130R. I've got a run on Josh. I'm missing an end plate on my front right, so left hand, or most of the end plate, so left hand corners like 130R fast lefts are very difficult. As you can see, I understeer straight out wide, just managed to keep it on track side by side with Josh, and we're going to brake up his inside into the chicane. I was extremely happy with that move. I thought, well, I'm going to have to get ahead of him and at least try and pull a gap, but as you can see, Josh Attil's going to absolutely rake the both of us down this straight with some DRS. Not even going to bother fighting that one, because it's at this point in the race his hard tyres are going to start coming into that element. I think he started 11th, so he was in a really decent position with strategy. He's taken both of us, so I'm not really going to bother fighting that one at all. So yeah, coming into lap 5 now. We're going to overtake, I think that was a lap car, I think that was Simon. But yeah, I think this is the lap we're pitting. As you can see, a lot of understeer there, and we're going to get a 3-second time penalty for understeering clean off the track and losing time. So I'm going to maybe try and get that one removed, but it didn't really make a difference at the end of the day. We're going to pit on lap 5. Our front right was on 78%. So as you can see, we're in the pits now, getting a new front ring change. They are taking a long fucking time, I can tell you that. That's 8.9 seconds in the box, which is a little bit depressing. And I looked up to the top left and I saw I was down in 14th. And I literally thought, fuck my life. Started second on my 50th Grand Prix. I thought, am I finally going to break my Japanese duck? Because I've had the shittest luck here, not going to lie. Should have taken my first race win here, didn't, disconnected, got shoved off season 3, but yeah, enough of that. So we're in 14th place, and I'm thinking, as far back as I am, I've still made a pit stop when the others haven't, and I've got very decent pace on the hard, so I was just like, I'm going to push and see where I end up. So Luke's gone off there. I think he either had a puncture or lost his front wing or something, so that was unfortunate for him because he was running quite high as well. And then we're going to take Brandon. I think he might have also lost his front wing. That was on the next lap to Luke. So we're in 12th now, and I think we're going to grab 2 more positions because we've got 2 cars in the pits. That's both Callum's. So my teammate and Callum Smith, who obviously lost part of his front wing when he hit my car earlier. So yeah, just waiting for something to happen now. Nothing's happening. Great. So yeah, I don't know why I left this bit in, to be honest, but yeah, we're following Josh Bond, so we're back up into 10th place. We've got 1 point on the board, and at this point I'm thinking maybe 6th or 7th place is the best I'm going to do. But yeah, so why the fuck did I leave this in? I must have obviously planned something to say, but I can't think of what I was going to say. Maybe it was that I was closing up to Josh Bond, I don't know, but yeah, as you can see I am closing up to Josh Bond. He's gone very wide through the hairpin. He's going to get a better exit than me, but I'm going to stay in the slipstream and chuck it up to Rich, and we're going to see how much I can close up to him towards spin. Oh, I think I know why I left this in now. No, maybe not. But yeah, I'm following Josh Bond. I'm up to 10th place. The race went pretty shit. because I was pretty confident in my prime tyre pace, which I was obviously going to run for a lot of the race. So yeah, that was pretty annoying, but yeah, never mind. So what's happening here? Oh, why the fuck did I leave this in? This is probably like the shittest minute of 2 minutes of commentary you'll ever hear. You can skip it if you want, I don't really care. Let's go like 2 minutes further in the video, and if something happens, just go back a bit. So we've jumped Taro in the pits. Yeah, his gamer tag is BPRL buttfuck, if you didn't already know. He changed that like right on a whim. Before back, it was pretty funny. We like to have fun here in the BPRL. But yeah, so we're still behind Josh Bond. He's probably over the years, probably one of the most difficult guys to pass. He tends to put his car in all the right places. He's slow in all the right places where you can't get past. He's quick in all the places where you probably can get past. Like here, I've got a better run, but it's just you can't really go too wide with any effect towards the Degners, and the Degners are basically a single file corners. So it's just losing more time behind him, but obviously, fair enough. He's keeping the position pretty well. Maybe it's this lap that I kept this footage for. I think it might be actually. Okay, so yeah, got a pretty standard run out of the hairpin. We're closing on Josh Bond, maybe slightly, because we're in a slipstream obviously. And let's just see. Yeah, that wasn't meant to be an overtake at all, but I think he just went wide and I was right on the racing line, just took the position. And then, there comes the bottle, almost put it in the barrier, almost collect Josh Bond as I'm trying to, like, stabilise the car, and we've lost all the, like, ground that we just made up. So that was a bit shit, but then the next lap, we've caught all the time back up, and we've got a run on Josh Bond, down the back straight, towards 130R. We're going to go around the outside of him. We're going to understeer out wide ourselves, and obviously he's been on our inside, maybe he's understeered into us, maybe I turned in. At this point, obviously he span around a bit. I didn't know whether to give the position back or not, so I slowed down a bit, but then I thought it was probably just understeer on his behalf, like going into me. I left him enough space, so yeah, shame for him. I think he lost about 6 or 7 seconds from that. But have we jumped somewhere in the pits? We've gone from 9th to 7th, or maybe it was 8th to 7th. Oh, we jumped Millsy in the pits. I think he was having a decent race, so I think he's come back out in, what, like 10th or something, or 9th? But yeah, so pretty standard, just jumping someone in the pits. So we're going to stay on board for stupidly long again. Maybe we are. Huh. I should really get better at these commentaries, or at least editing. I mean, I might as well tell you the reason. I had everyone shouting at me in the hub, like, oh, we can't watch your videos and they got music on. So I was like, alright, fine, I'll do a commentary. So I hope you're enjoying this more than not being able to watch my videos. You probably are, I guess. Maybe if you're not, fuck you. But yeah, we're still on lap 12. Really don't know why we're still watching lap 12, but we are, so let's enjoy it, I guess. Wait, how far are we through the... Oh, okay, yep, I know why we're still on lap 12. Basically, me being the dumb fucking idiot I am, obviously I record with a camera on a tripod in front of the TV, and I forgot to put the right SD card in, so I ended up with only a 4GB card in instead of like a 16 one. And right about now, yeah, that's the SD card running out of space. So that's all you're gonna get. So I think what I'm gonna do now is obviously I've pulled up the championship table so far. So yeah, quickly gonna fill you in on what happened in the rest of the race. I finished 7th at the end, so it was Sam took the win from Sinan, Connor, Josh Attil, Saban and Mateo, so that was the top 6 in the championship in the top 6 positions, so decent, well done to them. I was 7th, Millsy 8th, Callum Smith 9th, and Callum, my teammate, in 10th. So yeah, pretty decent haul for Ferrari. At least we're scoring points consistently now, as opposed to like the early season, which we were diabolical. Yeah, might as well talk you through the season while we're here. Pretty shit at the start. Like, I was still getting used to the contact model. I made some silly crashes, obviously with Callum and Sinan a couple times. Just binned myself at Baku, and then Hungary, where I lagged into like half the fucking field and took out 2 people. Unfortunately, it just happened to be Callum and Simon, which was a shame. and then I crashed myself, and then I was like, right, I'm the laughing stock now. So pulled fuck off win out of my arse at Germany. Had a very fun battle with Checo and Callum and Josh Bond, and I guess Josh Bond was up there, but Josh Saban as well. That was a real Ferrari versus Red Bull affair after Connor disconnected, which was a shame for him. He would have probably been up in the fight as well. But Belgium had loads of shit luck, got disconnected a load of times, had a lag start, got a drive through, disconnected again. Italy was doing really well, probably could have finished second or third, and then spun on a curb, so it fell down to 6th. Singapore made contact in the pit lane, got reset, finished 8th, probably could have done a few positions better. Malaysia was really fun, had a really decent battle with Jamie and Luke and Callum Smith, so shout out to them. And then Japan, as you just saw, in 7th. So I kind of want to just finish in 7th in the championship. That would mean beating Luke and Josh Bond, which I did today, so I'm going in the right direction. But yeah, join me for USA in probably a week's time. And yeah, peace out, cunts.